I'm loving this format of quilting along with you and following your process on Facebook. Some of my students have pointed out that I have not given any instructions for left-handed cutters. And in our blocks that have S and Z-shaped curves, those curves are going to be different for left-handed cutters. If I place the tool on the top of the fabric and I'm cutting from my right-hand side, I end up with a Z-shaped curve. If I place the bottom of my tool on the fabric, that's where I'm going to get my S-shaped curve when I'm cutting with my right hand. But what about our left-handed cutters? When they place the top of the tool on the top of the fabric, they're going to get that S-shaped curve. So it's the exact opposite of our right-handed cutters. So I need to cut an S-shaped vine, but I'm cutting with my left hand. So I need to place the tool along the edge here, and do you see how it makes this pretty S-shaped curve? Now I'm going to slide my tool over to my right by 3/8 of an inch. Now I like to just eyeball this 3/8 of an inch, but if you want to measure that, you can take another ruler and place the 3/8 of an inch marking. That's this little white line here on the edge of my fabric. And then I'm going to slide my tool over together so that it's measuring 3/8 of an inch from the cut edge. Now whether you're a lefty or a righty, that is a good tip to cut these 3/8 of an inch vines. It's a different way to do it than what I showed you in the previous segment. After cutting your 3/8 of an inch vine, you're going to slide over again and continue cutting, but a left-handed cutter is going to keep sliding to the right. Now what about the S shapes and Z shapes that you cut with the 2.5 inch side of the template? Those are our S shapes and our Z shapes that are used in our tulips as well as in this week's project, which is our water lilies block. When I'm cutting as a right-handed cutter, I'm going to place the 13-inch line right here along the top of my fabric. I'm going to slide my tool as far over to the right as I can to use all of my fabric and make my first serpentine cut. But how would my left-handed cutters handle the same cut? Well, let's turn the board around so I can simulate what a left-handed cutter would do. A left-handed cutter would place the 13-inch line here at the bottom of your fabric and cut right up along this edge just as I did. Now, this is the tricky part. Instead of going down into the left like we do when we're a right-handed cutter, we're actually going to go up and to the right. So both things are opposite of what we do for right-handed cutters. Instead of going down and to the left, we are going to start with our first cut here, and then we're going to go up and to the right. That makes our S-shaped curves. Now, if you remember up and to the right for S-shaped curves, then you're going to do the same thing that a right-handed cutter would do. We're going to turn our fabric so the fusible is on top, and then we're going to go up and to the right again. When we cut out those shapes, they look like S shapes, but the fusible is on top. We need to flip those over so the fusible is on the correct side. Okay, so it looks like an S-shaped curve. When we turn it over so the fusible is on the correct side, we end up with our Z-shaped curves. So the Z goes this way and the S goes this way. So thank you to our friends that pointed out that we need some left-handed instruction. I'm happy to help everyone to find the best way of cutting that works best for you.